the Bible, it's like they say you're born a sin. So it's almost like we've been so conditioned to this separation, and there's many layers to work through, and whatever your religious background is, or whatever your whatever your upbringing is and your background around this, we're still brought with such separation that divinity or reaching enlightenment or spiritual enlightenment is like, separate to our humanness. And the marrying of these two is so important. So what does that mean? It means actually letting our humanness be the subservient or the servant to the enlightenment. And it's this is the walk that we have to walk. Like, I'm here sharing this story, and not from a space of, oh, there's a more spiritually enlightened, like no hierarchy in this. Like, I'm exactly in the same position as everyone, right? We're all here moving through the layers. Ava's just shared, I experienced a work situation which really triggered me so much. I had to do a lot of inner child healing. I completely agree that we too play a role and need to let go of our attachment to certain stories. We need to step up. Nettie, I can relate to ending of cycles and patterns of relationship abuse. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, this is the story that I just really wanted to share, and the series of events, and also to remind us that everything is moving us to where we need to be. So even in those deep hardship moments where I'm like on the floor, and this is very recurring theme this year, like I many evenings I'm in fetal position and I'm just like, but how beautiful that I can really drop into feeling that pain. And I also honor that because I have the safety to be able to feel. And I know that is a massive privilege, to have the deep safety to be able to drop in to feel what's moving through me. So just honoring that when we have our space to feel, it deeply is a privilege. So this leads me into why I'm creating the way of the heart. Basically all of my teachings to date put into this 8-week container. And I really want it to move in this same way, in this engaging conversational way that we're doing now. And although there'll be teachings and transmissions that I'll be bringing in, we'll be moving through a lot of what I've just shared, working through the heart activation, really understanding the energetics of the heart and the higher heart, those differences between those, and activating those two centers. Our higher heart is that gateway into our soul, and really opening and surrendering into trusting the path that we've been incarnated to walk here. And the massive disconnect that we see in humanity is the disconnect from the soul and from the higher heart, and the disconnect from the grander purpose of what we're moving towards. And it always feels like we're on this hamster wheel and searching. So when we draw that back in, so the immersion is split into four separate sections. You've got the heart activation, heart healing, heart expansion, and heart living, spread over 8 weeks, over 4 calls every other week. And there'll be homework in between everything as well. And we'll be moving through some of exactly the same things that I've been talking about. Embodiment, shadow work, mother and father wounds, inner child healing. And then we're going to be bringing in the heart expansion week, the path of the rose. So during the Mary Magdalene retreat, I was initiated into the rose lineage. So we'll be working with the essence of the rose in this awakening, and understanding the difference between the red rose, the white rose, the pink rose, where they sit in the body, how we can work with this energy. And of course, the Magdalene way, and the path she walked with Yeshua and their inner union, and what they were devoted to, and bringing in the transmission for entering into inner union within ourselves. So there's much that I'm going to be bringing into that, but most of it is going to be channeled, and I move through spaces and things in the state of flow. and to drop us deeper into our own sense of self-worth, but to come into our inner union with ourselves. Because I feel from that place, this is how we become the resourced woman, where we are fully able to gain all of our resource from self, and everything else becomes a complementary, everything else becomes a pleasure, everything else becomes a sense of joy to move through, right? Because we're building that safety and resource from within. What Wilma, I also thought I had met my twin flame this year, but turns out I just had to re-experience my childhood dynamic to be able to feel that pain again and connect with my fear of abandonment to start healing it. Yes. Yeah, turns out it was just a karmic a karmic relationship to break a cycle. Anyway, that needs to happen before the twin flame comes in. So we are on the up. So just to share, if anybody's got any questions with what I've spoken about with the immersion that I'm really excited to move through. So that we start in February 3rd. And then I've also added an additional day retreat to Glastonbury, because that land is ridiculously activating. And a lot of my journey started there in Glastonbury, where I started working with Mary Magdalene. So we'll do some activations there on the land, and also visit Mary Magdalene's chapel. And I don't know what else I want to do there, but there's other things we'll move through, but that's an additional add-on to the 8-week immersion. So if you've got any questions, let me know now before we move into a heart opening meditation. The day retreat, Wilma, is on the 17th of March. Let me just confirm that. 17th? Or the 17th of March, Sunday. Yes. Does anybody have any other questions or want to share anything? I'm loving the resonance. No surprise, which is why we've all gathered here today. We're all feeling the call. We're all ready to step into that inner union with ourselves. We're all ready to awaken even deeper into what it is that our soul is calling us here to do. Like, time is only speeding up. It's definitely not getting any slower. So, okay. So we've got no other questions or any other shares. Let's move into the heart opening meditation. All right. So I'm going to invite you in your space now, just to get comfortable. Maybe when you feel safe to do so, just closing down the eyes. I also really want to bring in some chants today to help open the heart. So closing down your eyes, I'm going to invite you to bring both of your palms over your heart. I'm beginning to intentionally draw your breath into your heart space. There's no need to change your breath in any way, but just every breath you take, sending it into the center of your heart. And maybe start to become aware of how your heart is feeling. Is there a tingling? Is there a guardedness? Is there an appreciation of acknowledgement? Just becoming aware of the subtle sensations around your heart. the walls that are built to protect the soft and tender purity of the heart. Just acknowledging all of those. As you breathe into your heart, feeling the walls arise, just allow every breath to soften each layer. Feeling your shoulders drop, letting your stomach come out, no sucking in, just letting everything feel soft. Letting yourself know that it's safe to open into the heart. That in this moment you're here to hold yourself in what wants to be known, to be shown, to be felt. And in the softening through every breath, you feel your back body melting. And inviting you to, on each inhale, as you exhale, just making the sound ah. Ah. And allowing the ah to bring in the tenderness. And imagining the seed in the center of your heart. With every breath and every ah and every softening, that's like you feeding water and nutrients and minerals to this seed. Every intentional breath of love, of appreciation, of acknowledgement, of compassion, it's feeding this seed. And as your seed is open in the receiving, it starts to shoot open. And I invite you to allow your body to mimic the opening of this seed. So the seed is cracking open, and you can see it within you, one side of the seed and the other side, and then in the center is this green stem shooting the middle point, the union. And letting your body gently move as this seed and the sprout of this green shooting plant makes its way out of the shell. Continuing to feed this plant with love and compassion. And you start to see a bud. And the bud is ready to receive the light. Letting it open petal by petal. And you notice what flower comes to mind as you're imagining this bud. Just take note. Maybe you can see clearly what flower this is. And in its opening, just rest here a while and be curious to what messages and to what your heart is wanting to reveal. Just you and the tenderness of your open heart. Softening into the intimacy and the vulnerability that wants to come up and be revealed. Dropping into the inner source love that is both tender, soft, and fierce and whole. Dropping into that question, I want to be loved. Noticing what arises for you as you feel into that question. I want to be loved. Taking a deep breath into your heart, feeling into your body, any sensations. Maybe there's a tingling of aliveness. As the opening of your heart and the love, the infinite source of love that is held here, begins to pour into your entire body. Washing down into the solar plexus, into the womb space, into the thighs, all the way down, rushing down into your feet, coming out of the soles of your feet in the soul star chakra at the soles of your feet, so that you choose to walk in connection to the infinite source of love held from in the eye of your heart. And just imagining yourself now as you walk through your day, connected. And taking our 3 deep breaths to close, inviting you to take an inhale all the way down to the belly, into the feet. And as you exhale, taking a deep sigh of relief. Feeling yourself in the softening, in the opening. 2 more deep breaths in your own time here. And last one. And just before you let yourself open your eyes, just feel from this place of openness, noticing the difference between how you arrived in this call and what is available to you in this space of openness. What are you open to receive as you open to life? Let life be open to you. And then slowly, whenever you're ready, just coming back to the space. Maybe sharing anything that came up for you in the chat. Or take yourself on mute, let yourself be heard if you feel you'd like to share anything. And if you don't feel called, we can take all of this love and just bathe in it for the rest of our own evening. So, thank you, Wilma. Yes, it's very activating to open up through chanting, through the melodies and the lullabies that want to come through. So, I trust that we resonated with the shares, and thank you for being open and sharing your resonance with me. Thank you for showing up on this Sunday evening and being in the presence of witnessing my story and my journey. And if you've got any questions on the Way of the Heart, let me know, because the early bird prices are available until the 7th of December. So if anything comes up between now and then, let me know. And if you want to sign on, you can, we can do a payment plan or anything like that. But if there's any other questions, you can also book in a free 30-minute consultation where we talk a little bit more in depth about how it will benefit you, particularly with where you are. You know, I want to hear about your journey on that, in that area too. So my heart chakra is on fire. Thank you so much, beautiful ladies. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. And I'm also going to send everyone the recording so you can listen to the meditation again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you, Ava. Nice to see you. Bye. Have a lovely evening, everyone.